And that's when I told the guy he needed a new pair of socks.
It's funnier the first time.
Have I done that before?
Once or twice.
Well, that's when I told the guy.
Oh, that makes more sense when you put it in context like that.
Yeah, that's a good context.
So we haven't heard from Jason.
No.
Should we just have dead air until he gets here?
We can try that.
I think we could also just kind of muscle on because he tends to be a while.
He's not coming.
He rarely does. So as you can see on our TV monitor, we have a TV monitor this week. I want to thank Weston for hooking it up to his laptop, and we're going to have good visuals, I think, this week.
Ideally.
Just ignore Moose and Bull that are all deflated, and Michael Scarn above the monitor. But we're just join us on this visual ride with no camera.
We don't have a camera set up, right? So like you're describing. Okay, I got it. I'm in on it.
Guys,
now.
I thought it was fun.
It is funny, but I didn't know what was
when
happening.
you call it out, it's not funny.
I didn't know what was happening. Also, good call on giving us gum right before the pod.
Yeah. My thing is, if I'm chewing gum, then I don't drink as much water.
Right.
And so...
There's one gigantic mason jar on the table.
So this Joker is 32 ounces, and I need 3 of those a day.
So what is that in liters? Like 5 liters? Yep, 5 liters.
75 milliliters. I don't know.
What was the ounces on it?
32.
32 ounces.
So that's a quarter of a gallon.
Is that what it is?
I think that's right.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's a quart mason
I don't
jar.
like that you guys can see me typing now. It makes me nervous about my...
Yeah,
Okay, so almost a liter.
You need a screen kill button. So like we can't see you misspell all the
rather
words.
than extend the display.
Is that something that
I mean, rather than duplicate the display, you can extend the display on your display settings. Welcome to Unsought Opinions with the boys. It's a slim pickings today. We got the bottom of the barrel again. Brandon left us, so...
That is really true, actually. I was going to say it was hurtful, but I was like, yeah, I kind of agree.
We tried to get some guests lined up, but Dan is unavailable, our old guest.
Yeah, it's hard to get people motivated.
Have you heard anything from Luke in the last 6 months?
No, but I have heard through the grapevine that he had a party with his children or somebody. Was it his wife's party? It might have been his wife's party that I was not invited to.
I didn't get invited to that. Are you sure it was a party?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't there, but people told me about it, and I think that person was you. Was that not you? Might have been Dan.
Might have been Dan. That seems like a Dan thing to go to.
It was Dan.
So, Luke, if you're listening to this, which I know you're not, thanks a lot, man.
Really enjoyed the party.
Great party.
Great party. How's your week, dude?
Dude, it's so good. I got pardoned for my crimes. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
We'll get into that. Did you read the article? Because I
did read the article.
Okay, because I'm going to need some background and stuff.
I don't know much about it because it's a short article, but there was some information about it that I didn't know going into it.
Okay.
So, yeah, at least made me feel a little bit better about it.
Interesting. So do you know the Lunatic farmer? Have you heard of him?
Is he... What's his podcast?
It's not a podcast, but his name's like Joel...
Osteen?
No. Shoot, I should know this. Can you pull up Lunatic Farmer on our now display?
Oh, Salatin.
Salatin, yeah. You know him?
I've heard his podcast with Rogan. I think he was on Rogan.
He was on Rogan?
Like a long time ago, probably like in the 1,500 episode range.
Dude, I got to check that out. We just spent the weekend on his farm, and I hung out with him. He's
Interesting.
A really cool guy, really strong Christian. Anyway, he's all about like homesteading type deal.
Episode 1478.
Okay, I'll definitely read it. I mean, not read it, but I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And so to like living off the land and using the land to repurpose the land and things like that.
Right.
And
I think it's called regenerative farming.
Dude, I don't know how you always do this. Like you have no idea on the subject and then you end up knowing more than I.
It's stored away somewhere in there. You gotta understand, my brain is like a
the crypt at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, or
no, not that, because that's too organized. Like, I'm thinking like papers flying around because somebody left the window open. Like,
but yeah, now I'm like all about it. And we have a chicken tractor on our property, but I just ordered a ton of these heirloom seeds, and I'm gonna start like raised gardens and stuff.
that's
and
awesome.
other things, but I'm not gonna bring those up because people don't like that stuff. So I'm just living off the land, man, and I'm learning how to use my tiny parcel of land to
Support your eating habits.
to support my eating addictions.
You need to figure out what plant grows bacon, and then plant a lot of that plant, because I want to munch some bacon.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Thanks, dude.
So he has his pigs like in the woods.
Does he?
He like pens them in the woods, and they so it's like this whole long way of you thin out the trees a little bit so that some sunlight goes into the woods, and then when sunlight gets in, just like 1 second of sunlight starts a seed germinating or whatever, or growing.
Whoa.
And so then within a couple weeks you start getting like some grass growing in the woods, as long as like some sunlight can get down. And then he throws pigs in there and lets them tear up all the ground and everything, and that continues to like fix the woods and stuff. And so he's like, forever we haven't had any way of making like forests profitable for a farmer short of like lumbering, where you're just cutting everything down. And so now he's discovered a way to make it profitable to have pigs in the woods. And so he's like able to use that to continue to develop his farm and everything. He has like 1,000 acres, but only 300 of them are farmlands right now, which 700 acres of woods is dope. I would love to hunt that. But it's just cool to see how he works it all out.
So were you with him a lot?
So it was like me and 198 of my closest friends doing like a farm tour / there's a bunch of speakers and everything. Mm-hmm. I could take or leave the speakers there. It was like kind of want. It was funny. You had both sides. You had like he and his family are like pretty strong Christian, and they would pray before the meals, and all the meals were like homegrown, home harvested sausage, stuff like that. Really good. And then you have people on the entire spectrum of like, I'm not going to say it was a cult, but they like lived on communes and stuff throughout the nation and stuff.
Nice.
And then other people that were like into ayahuasca and things like that. So it was a really interesting group of people.
Bunch of mushroom heads up there, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not going to judge people.
You get natural enough, you end up with mushrooms. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm sure some people there know how to grow mushrooms, both medicinally and recreationally.
Yeah,
so it was really cool. I enjoyed my time there, but we got to take a tour and see all his stuff. But
Weston is laughing.
I know. I don't know what
why.
he's going after.
I found it hilarious that your measure of how Christian like that family is that they pray before they eat.
Right. Yeah.
That was your example.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
If you see the gamut of people, that's, yeah.
Speaking
So that's the
of
measure.
going,
Like, unabashedly, you have this group of 200 plus people, most of them not Christian, I would say, to make sure that everyone prays before the food and stuff. I think that's outspoken. Like, you're not rubbing your faith into people's, but you're not going to be ashamed of who you are and stuff.
yes, I agree.
They're not throwing Bibles at people.
I mean,
but
that's good.
There's a guy I know. He's a bro. He's super natty. Like, he's growing I think he's like a botanist. I think he studied it in school. And he makes like marijuana based like creams and oils and stuff, and he like rubs it all over his like sore shoulders and muscles and stuff. He said it works so much better than any pills. I was like, man, that sounds awesome. But it's got the stigma.
it's got the stigma.
It's got the stig, dude.
Yeah.
But
Have
it's
you
all
tried it?
natty. No.
Would you try it?
I
I don't
would-
want my arm getting high, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, next thing I know, it's like above my head. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Because if it's illegal, I'm sort of a rule guy.
But it's not illegal.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
No, I think I would try it. Nah, I don't know.
Would you try like rubbing it on your arm versus like ingesting it?
Oh, I definitely would not ingest it.
Okay.
I would definitely do the topical stuff
Okay.
before I would ingest it.
Why wouldn't you ingest it?
Because I don't want to get kited out, bro.
I'm sorry. Oh, I see it. I'm with you. Okay. And that just goes along with like you don't like anything altering your state of conscious.
Correct.
Do you do caffeine?
Way too much caffeine.
So, in my mind, there's a big difference, but in like a Mormon's mind, for instance, like there wouldn't be a difference. Like you're still on a drug, like
well, and caffeine's crazy addictive, too.
Right?
So it's like really bad,
right? But you don't get inebriated from caffeine.
Maybe bad, I don't know.
But maybe you do. Like when I get a lot of caffeine, and I get really hyper. I get really annoying, and I talk really fast.
How much have you had today?
Not enough. Am I annoying and talking to?
No, not at all. Jokes.
Jokes.
Is that him?
No, that wasn't him.
Oh, Hempsy. Let's go.
I was gonna say it's definitely not illegal.
No,
It's
dude.
readily available.
Yeah, you can
Is that what it is? Is just hemp seed stuff?
You can get like CBD oil
Actually, 90%
that
sure I
has
used this one specifically.
THC in it all over the place.
Do you know the guy he's talking about?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might, but no, not off the top of my head.
Wow, this is interesting. Farm Like a Lunatic with Joe Salatin. Cool, man.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, seems cool.
There's like a Facebook social media rumor mill going on that he's like joining Trump's cabinet with RFK Jr. and stuff. And he denounced that. But he...
Kind of funny.
What did it say? Grass-fed?
Yes, I'm sure that is what it said.
Oh, wait.
If it ever gets back to it, it's really funny.
I can't read
that
it.
doesn't matter. It's not. It's like anything that we're going to be able to say on the pod anyway. So,
I mean, he advertised it. Okay, well, fair.
yeah.
This is the worst. We should not have had a visual
I know,
meeting.
no, we're just like watching TV.
It's definitely grass-fed. You just saw a bend in the...
Yes, I know. I understood that from the beginning, but it's just like that company in Warrenton where half their sign went out. And
Dustin still has a picture of that. It's amazing.
it's amazing.
Which
So funny.
company?
The gas company.
Blossman Gas.
Why would you say? Why you can't just? Now we're gonna have to blurt that out. We can't just be putting people on blast like that, bro.
I don't even know what words or what...
Bloss was out of it. So it was just lit up at night. It would just say "man gas." It was funny.
That's pretty funny. I like
it was,
that.
It was classy.
I like that.
Right on the main stretch of town.
That's not nearly what I was dreading. So,
Yeah.
all right, talk to me about this sheriff pardoning.
Yeah, our former sheriff of our county got pardoned today or yesterday for crimes that he had committed, but allegedly. I think he was convicted. I think I could say he did them.
Yeah,
But he was pardoned. And I didn't know this, but when I was reading the article, apparently he wasn't even allowed to bring any of his evidence. I forget what the word is for that evidence that like would potentially make him
Exonerate him.
Yeah, he wasn't even allowed to bring that in.
Really?
Because I guess it was some sort of political court or judge or something like that. Somebody, I guess the other political team had appointed this judge, and he shut down any evidence that the former sheriff could bring. So,
Yeah.
Trump probably feels pretty connected to that.
I would think
he's probably felt that way before.
it strikes a chord with him.
So I mean, I think he did the crimes and he is getting away with it, sort of. But I think
Exculpatory evidence to support himself.
that's the word.
The Biden judge Robert Ballou refused to allow it, shut him down, and then went on a tirade. Trump wrote this, and this is per FoxNews.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're at the top. Okay. The sheriff is a victim of overzealous Biden Department of Justice
Yeah.
and doesn't deserve to spend a single day in jail. That's debatable, Trent.
I'm not sure that. Yeah, I think
he's a wonderful person who was persecuted by the radical left monster.
Yeah, I think I'm not a huge fan of the pardons, but I do know that a lot of people get away with things that have probably done way worse than this guy did. But it's pretty bad because I'm pretty sure he got busted directly by FBI at one point. Undercover guys got him.
Yeah,
that's not a good look.
It's not. I mean, it was pretty.
It's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
But I mean, I'm sure he won't do it again.
Well, he's not sheriff anymore, so it's hard to.
Exhibit A.
He was on Fox News, being like he was deputizing everyone when they were trying to crack down on the gun stuff.
Yeah.
And then they found out that he was selling his deputizations and
it's crazy.
I think at one point there was Culpeper County Sheriff's Department stuff in Texas.
States. Yeah, I'd heard some of it had shown up in Texas. I don't know. This is all alleged. I don't know any of this stuff to be true. But it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Police inmates escaped through hole behind toilet. This is, man, I cannot have this TV here. It's not going to work for me.
We need a kill button. That he can be doing his... that's pretty good.
That's a good kill button.
It just takes 5 minutes for it to reconnect to the TV.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's okay. We'll work out the kinks. It's all a growing process. We've only been doing this for a year and a half, so...
Yeah. This is...
Somehow we still haven't hit 50 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't been as consistent as we would like to be.
But we appreciate you guys soldiering on with us. Coming to figure out what our opinions are on things that you're not looking for.
I think that's sort of the game that our listeners are playing. Is how unsought can they go?
That's what's crazy about this whole podcast is because for people to come seek out our opinions, are they no longer unsought?
It's a paradox.
It's a paradox.
Paradoxical indeed. But anyway, I wish Sheriff Jenkins well. I think I voted for him not this last time, but the time before. So,
Dude, you know what's crazy?
What?
Tasmanian tiger allegedly spotted in Wyoming.
False. Whoa. That is real. Wait.
Let me tell you the backstory behind this.
Casper Planet.
And let me tell you. So they're saying, some scientists are saying it's not out of the realm of possibility. You know why? In 1920s, there was a ship that came, and I read this article a week ago, and I saved the article in my notes, but then the article is just that picture of a Tasmanian tiger. But apparently what they were saying from my memory is there was a ship that traveled from Tasmania to New York Harbor, carrying biological contents or whatever. And so nobody knows what it was. Nobody knows anything more than that. But that is right around when we saw that we knew that the what's it called? No. What's the Tasmanian tiger called?
Thylacine?
The thylacine. And lycanthropy is werewolf disease. I
No.
got them mixed up. Obviously. And so if they had been carrying one of their thylacines that before it went extinct or whatever,
Right.
and then they had gotten out and a breeding population had formulated, it's not out of the realm of possibility that in Wyoming there could be a population of thylacines.
No way, dude. Nobody's come out to discredit that photo?
No, not in the minuscule amount. Can you pull that up or no?
I mean, I'm looking into it here.
Right as I tell you to turn it off, you got to kick it back on.
They said wildlife officials are researching it because they said that's a credited source.
Yeah.
Or what is the word they use?
Credible.
Credible source. So.
What in the world, dude? I was in
They got
Wyoming
this
and I did
picture
not
of it.
see that. Man, that is clear enough that I would say that that's what that is.
I mean, the stripes on the butt of it and everything is and we'll post a link maybe.
Or just Google it, guys. Come on. What are we
if
doing?
this is real, Dr. Connors added, we're not looking at a one-off. We're looking at a breeding population.
Dude.
So an elk hunter saw it. Yeah, so is declared distinct. You're scrolling, so I can't really read it. In the 1930s, is spotted in big. Okay.
Oh my goodness, this is a problem.
This is my fault.
Dude, I love this link right here. This is so funny.
Marijuana lotions.
Marijuana.
Dude, just save the links up, and that's be how I title the
I
episode.
actually had to delete a lot of them before I displayed it in front of you guys.
I like marijuana lotions. That was funny. It's not impossible that some thylacine survived and dispersed. That is so crazy. The Appalachians and Rockies are vast, largely unmonitored corridors. So if
thought it was initially a coyote with mange. That's crazy. That does not look like a coyote with mange in the slightest to me.
He's pulling up a coyote with mange, so be ready for this.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
come on.
That's not a coyote
I
with
mean,
mange.
that thing is crazy.
That's
But that's definitely what the chupacabra is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If I saw that thing
Dude.
running around, I'd be like,
Have you seen the hairless black bear?
Yes.
I've seen...
Like a
I've
shaved
never-
black bear?
I've seen black bears that have mange or whatever. Yeah, mange that have lost like a quarter or
No,
more.
dude. This is
haven't
the
seen
worst thing you've ever seen.
You think that's the... Okay, hold on. I got one.
Yeah, look this one over here. Yeah.
Have you seen a chimpanzee with that condition?
No, but that's horrifying.
It looks
This guy over here, third one at the top corner.
dangerously close to a hyena. Not that one.
That's the scariest little elephant bear. Why do they leave the little basket top?
Because it's cool, dude.
It is cool. Google hairless black bear if you're at home. It's really fun.
How about hairless chimp?
I'm so scared. Oh
They are yoked.
my gosh. Look at this guy over here on the complete right.
Joe Rogan?
Oh my goodness.
Am I wrong? Dude, yoked.
Oh my goodness. He looks like he's got a cigarette. Why do we have so many pictures of bald monkeys? Like, are we shaving them or are they?
No, I forget the name of it. It's some condition they get.
Oh,
where
okay.
They lose all their hair.
Alopecia.
It
Yeah.
actually sounds like it, yeah.
Have you heard of the social media debate of 100 men versus one gorilla?
I have not heard that. 100 men,
Mm-hmm.
one gorilla.
Yeah.
How, dude? I just don't see how 100 men unarmed.
Unarmed.
So just legs.
Dang it. Why is that?
What? Why is there a phone?
There it is.
Yes. Now we've had this proper sound effect, we can move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unarmed, I don't see how 100 guys could take a gorilla.
You think they wouldn't take a gorilla?
My goodness.
Can you talk in your mic, please?
I think that's
Because
absolutely absurd.
At most, you're going to get 5 guys to the gorilla at one time. He's just going to be curb stomping 2 of them while ripping 3 of them apart.
Dude, can you imagine? So you have to, like, this has to be, if it's humanity, like, I don't know. You have to have, like, D-Day type soldiers going after this guy. Because the first couple rows, you know you're going to die.
Yeah, if I'm in the 4th row, I'm not making it to the gorilla. I'm running the other way. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, did you see what happened to Larry?
Right, exactly. But you take, so apparently a gorilla can bench press 4,000 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
20 times stronger than a man.
That's
If
what
a-
I'm saying.
a-
Like, you can't get enough guys close to it to stop that. It's just going to keep.
you get
it's
you
gonna turn you
20
into a meat
guys
tornado.
on each limb.
Can't
and
fit
then-
20 guys on a limb.
It's, I don't know, dude.
You can't fit 20 guys on
You
a limb.
you
There's
got-
not enough real estate.
I know, but if everyone is coming at you and laying on him and laying on him and laying on him and laying on him, ultimately he's gonna get like
Laying on him.
like flopping down on him and stuff.
How much is what is the average weight of a dude?
So I'm so happy that we have altering viewpoints on this because otherwise this would have been a really fast topic because usually we're really on the same page.
I just don't see that you're going to get more than maybe 8 guys within proximity of doing damage to the gorilla at a time. And 8 guys is going to be nothing for a gorilla. Average weight's 199 pounds.
They really left it at 199.
I know we'll call it 200 pounds.
Okay, so 200 pounds. So how much weight is that? 20,000 pounds. 100 guys. Am I doing that wrong?
No, that's right.
Okay.
That's correct. That's correct.
It can bench press 4,000 pounds. That's with its arms. Dude, come on, bro. There's just not enough meat there to do damage to this gorilla.
See, this is the thing. This is why everyone's freaking out about it.
There's just no way, dude.
I think the volume of 100 guys is just gonna overtake the gorilla. You just need one guy. So you need 30 guys in front of him distracting him while 70 guys are behind him.
Okay, so wait, are we using human ingenuity to kill this thing?
Of course.
Well, then obviously humans are going to win. We're just going to drive a car into it like 10
No.
times.
You're locked in a room.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cage match with a gorilla? Dude, forget that, dude. Are you kidding? He's going to be waffle stomping human bodies through the cage.
He will waffle stomp, but
Some of them, yes.
while he's distracted with them, you still have 70 other dudes. Like, he's attacking 30 people. That's a ton.
Yeah. That's a ton to take on if you're just 30 guys.
Right. But the other 70 are right behind him. You could literally throw people at him and stone him to death with their heads.
Do we want to watch the AI generated
Yes.
videos of it?
Well, we should probably watch it afterwards. I don't know. That's only 40 seconds.
Reaction video.
Reaction. All right.
Reaction pod.
I don't know what the sound is going to do, to be honest.
Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or 100 men? All right, let's break this down once and for all. Well, a full-grown
This is
gorilla
from Forrest
massive,
Galante.
2,000
I like
pounds,
Forrest.
has a
He's
bite
cool.
force
This isn't
of
an AI
1,300
video, though.
PSI and is up to 9 times stronger than
Do
the
I keep
average
watching
guy.
this? Because this is
No,
not-
don't watch it. It's not. I want to see a fight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on, let's see about this one.
One gorilla versus 100 men. With stats like these, I'm unsure why this was a
No. Okay.
So, ChatGPT thinks that the 100 men could win, but they would have heavy casualties and they would need to coordinate extremely well.
Exactly. That's where I'm at. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
See, dude, this is what I'm saying, dude.
They're just chucking rocks at him.
If you get hit with a haymaker,
I can't control volume on this either.
Dude, this is like iRobot attacking him.
dude, this
He hasn't even gotten one hit on him yet. These AI bots are terrible.
No, dude, this is humans versus gorilla. That's why it
Dude,
looks terrible.
You go up and
Hard
you
to see Ben's point here. This
can't-
might be how it turns out.
You can't get enough guys in range.
dude, he is mowing
this
people.
this is like Smash Brothers against Kirby.
Dude, see, you had 75 people behind him just standing there, not doing anything.
Yeah, fearing for their lives.
I gotta push back. What is the music, guy?
It's whatever the guy put to the video.
All right, mute your keyboard.
Try.
This is a nightmare.
This is a nightmare. Dude, unplug it. Just unplug it.
It's still going.
I cleared the browser. What was
Dude, it was
so
your
bad?
Apple Music was playing Christmas songs, dude.
Yeah, dude, that
Wasn't
wasn't
that-
wasn't even
wasn't
part of
that-
the video. It wasn't part of the video. That was your
What?
that was your Apple Music, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Frank Sinatra finally finished downloading and started playing.
So,
Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I don't think. Oh my gosh.
Goodness. Okay, hold on. I can fix this.
I don't think that was an accurate representation of what would actually happen because AI is not humans. They don't
Yeah.
have human ingenuity. They don't have human spirit.
That's true. That's true. All that is true, dude. But I'm just telling you, you can't get enough humans within proximity, hand-to-hand combat to beat a gorilla.
Okay, here's what we do. Similar to.
Do you understand the proximity thing that I'm?
I hear what
bringing
you're
up?
saying.
Okay. Because if I'm behind you and you're on the gorilla, and I'm just going over your shoulder to hit the gorilla,
Yeah, dude.
I'm doing-
trying to
I'm-
reach around that gorilla's neck to choke him out.
no
It's gonna be a
chance.
lot.
There's no chance. There's no chance.
Do we even know if it's possible to choke out a gorilla?
Dude, they have no
Is
neck.
that something we can do?
They have no neck.
Can you choke out a gorilla? Similar to like
Is it gonna come up?
the Matador, where they like really make the bull angry before the fight. Could we trank a gorilla, hang it from a helicopter, fly it into a war zone, and like we're prodding it with electric like stuff.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. I missed the first part of this.
We
scenario.
trank a gorilla.
Yeah.
Hook him up to a helicopter so he's dangling.
Yep. Operation Double Drop. Yep.
Operation Double Drop. We're flying into a war zone.
Yeah.
And we're just
Rambo.
electrocuting him with different things.
Getting him mad.
Getting him real mad.
Yep.
You just drop him into Osama's tower.
Well, it's empty.
Okay, well, at the time, are we sure
We handled that one
that's
ourselves.
not how he did it?
Honestly, I don't know. Could SEAL Team 6 take a gorilla?
Yeah, because they got guns.
Yeah, obviously they could.
But that's the thing. Like, if someone's not expecting it, you drop a gorilla into a mall. What happens?
Dude, carnage.
That takes me back, and I'm completely plagiarizing this from Ninjas and Butterflies at this point because they talked about both of these topics. But you are in a mall with a chimpanzee, and that chimpanzee only wants you dead. You're obviously not in the same area of the mall, but could you survive 30 minutes with that chimpanzee?
No. Wait, I can hide?
You can hide.
I think I could hide
Where would you go?
30 minutes long enough. I don't know. All you got to do is find a place that has a door it can close so that he wouldn't, like, then... Because he wouldn't, like...
That's a good. Okay,
Naturally
so that's.
try to
I think
open
one
a
of the
door.
stipulations is they're all like doors are not a thing.
Dude, that would be the scariest...
Dude, it's like the
Scariest game of
raptors in
flashlight
Jurassic
tag.
Park.
Yeah, dude. Oh. Yeah, dude. Just replace the raptors with chimpanzees, and it's almost scarier.
Dude, they think way better. Weston, are you surviving that? Would you rather?
doors?
Would you rather be a gorilla or a chimpanzee?
Be one?
No. In the mall with you.
I think gorilla, because I think there's places you could go with no doors that I wouldn't be able to fit through. But a
Like-
chimpanzee, if there's no doors, it's gonna find you.
And gorillas are like more chill. But
Yeah,
like
yeah, I've
chimps
seen-
are. They're like insane.
Well, they're unpredictable.
Did
They
you watch Chimp
switch them.
Nation?
No.
Dude.
Is that where they're like
Crazy. It's
eating each other's
it's like
babies and stuff?
I think I'm getting the name of that documentary series correct. Chimp Nation. Look that up. I think it's like the Tiger King version of chimp owners.
No, really.
Yeah, and it's
Chimp Empire.
It's
It's
Netflix?
Chimp Empire. What did I say it was?
Chimp Nation.
Chimp Nation. Oh, Chimp Nation's the other thing. Right? No.
What other thing?
No, Chimp Empire is the that's like an actual documentary. I think Chimp Nation.
It says Chimp Empire on Netflix
No,
is
but
an
there's
insanely
another,
good.
That's not the one. I'm talking about one that's like the
Is it a
chimp
documentary?
documentary about it's like Tiger King chimp style. Crazy Chimp crazy. Chimp crazy. That's what it is. Yeah, Chimp Crazy, dude. You haven't seen that?
No.
Dude.
What's it on? HBO. Okay, I can't watch it.
It's chilling. These crazy ladies, man. They just like these chimps, and then eventually they just rip their faces off.
Dare I go to images?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can. There was one of them. Yeah. Anyway, Chimp Crazy. It's old now. It's a couple years old, I think, but it's really good.
Is happening.
I don't like the way that one looks.
That's the thing, dude. Chimps are so scary to me. They might be the scariest animal to me.
They are terrifying. I don't like it.
You're locked in a room with one animal. What would be the scariest animal to be locked in with?
Well, for me, like just pure unreasonable fear. Like, there's no reason to be as scared as I
More,
would be.
you would be a spider rather
Yeah,
than
like some giant spider, dude. Like,
dude, a polar bear. You're gonna pick a spider.
polar bear doesn't crawl across your face.
No, they strip it off.
You know what I mean?
That is irrational.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But
No, I definitely would be something like a chimp. It definitely would be something like that.
Weston, what's your scariest animal to be locked in a room with?
Maybe a big cat.
Dude, cats are. At least with a cat, you're like, this thing is so incredible, and then it kills you. A chimp, though, they're like,
They're ugly and scary.
Yeah.
Maybe a baboon would be worse because they're even
oh,
uglier.
dude, yeah, they're terrible.
Honestly, I think it'd be probably a chimp or a baboon or something, especially the hairless ones. Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Actually, are there hairless baboons?
Oh, dude, I don't want to see a hairless baboon. Don't pull that.
Dude,
You're about
hairless.
to. If it
There are things you
exists-
cannot unsee. Oh, dude, the ones in Gladiator
that's actually
2.
not that bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about Gladiator 2.
Did you see that movie?
I did.
Yeah, dude, those guys are. That was a crazy movie.
Wait, Ben, did you say it's not that bad?
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad as I
just
was-
because it
Seeing the
wasn't
same
as
thing I'm
shocking as
seeing?
I thought it would be.
I mean, it's not good by any means.
No, I mean I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Yeah.
But you know,
At home, I hope that you're Googling these images along with us because it is a tour to go.
it is a
Yeah, I don't like
Feast
that.
for the eyes.
So yeah, I think that's the thing that I don't want to be in a room with.
That one is bald. It looked like my son when he was 6 months old. Have you heard of the word association game?
no.
So it's all over social media right now, but you and I would say one word apiece. There's like 3, 2, 1, and we both say a word, and then you have to have both say a word that links those words together. And the goal is within 3 rounds or something, we say the same word.
Okay.
All right, you gonna try it?
Yeah, it seems like a sorority game.
It's fun. It's a good game, dude.
All right, let's do it.
You don't want to? We don't have to do it.
No, I mean I don't look. I'm in it for the fans. Let's
You guys
let's do this word association game.
All right, never mind.
No, let's do it, man. We're
All
in
right,
it.
3, 2, 1, banana. Okay. Well, you gotta say a word.
I had to say a word too.
We say yes.
I know why you said banana though, because we were just looking at chips.
That's probably why. But that's not.
So I have to say a word
We say random words together. So you say gun, and I'll say sleeping bag, and then
or hoe.
I say anything, but you say gun, and I say sleeping bag, and then we would both say camping is next or something. You got to link the two together.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Tree.
Moose.
What was the word you said?
Moose.
I said tree.
Oh gosh.
A moose tree? Come on, dude. That's too easy.
You got it.
A moose tree.
That's not. That's, all right. I'm done with the game. You're done.
Okay.
You
suck.
guys actually didn't link a word between those two? You couldn't think of a word that those.
I don't know what word he's gonna say.
What word are you gonna say?
Are you trying to say the same word after that?
All right, Weston, you play with me.
No,
'Cause
I don't
He's
wanna
a
do
curmudgeon.
it.
I
I'm
don't-
just-
All
I
right,
just wanna judge you
Pick a
guys.
game. Pick a game. Or pick a word. 3, 2, 1. Football.
Forest.
Okay. All right, we're somewhere. Forest and football.
Gump. Forrest Gump.
All right.
Are you ready? I already have one.
You have one?
Yeah. Can it be 2 words?
Hyphenated?
No, but it's the same thing.
I think the idea is that's one word.
It's
Fine.
Fine.
I got one, so I think it
Alright.
can work.
3, 2, 1. Giants. Oh, Bears is so much better than Giants. Okay.
Because that's it's a
Because it's in the
football team,
yeah,
and then
dude. That was
Bear,
genius.
Forest,
It was
I don't
that
know.
was really good. I
that was
apologize.
really good.
Wait, okay, so hold on. You said Giants and Bears, so now we have to.
All right, I got it. 3, 2, 1.
Polar
Kodiak.
bear.
Oh gosh! All right,
We're close.
all right. We're right there. We got it. 3, 2, 1. Grizzly.
Environment.
Are you serious? Environment.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the Bears,
Kodiak and
they're-
polar bear. You say environment.
I don't know, man.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, I feel like we did better than you guys did.
We did, yeah, because you actually played the game.
Yeah, you guys played the game, but guess what? I wasn't doing paying any attention to it because that's how little it garnered from me.
This is why people keep asking for you to be off the show.
Well,
I have gotten several complaints.
I would. Yeah, I have two, but
To my face.
trust me, there have been complaints.
Hey, while you guys are talking, I'm going to try and look up and see if we have any good comments to read.
Okay.
Were we supposed to be talking?
Yeah, he wants us to talk while he types out comments to read to us.
No. I'm actually looking on.
Oh, yes, he's actually looking on. He types them out and then he shows us.
Exactly.
Wait, shouldn't I be doing that so I can display it on our handy dandy little screen here?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you the sign in and everything on
It's always something
the line.
irrationally negative to me.
Dude, that's really,
makes
I miss those days. Just get rid of Ben. Why I asked you guys to continue
I'm
this
just
podcast.
sulking in the idea that you're just coming up with
Okay, I won't
You're
even
about
do
to
it.
roast him live. On
I'm
the
not
podcast.
roasting him. I was actually going on to the back page of the.
Oh, was T. Rodney on there?
I don't know. I haven't checked since
guy's
the
a
last episode dropped to see if we had any good comments. But I won't do it now. I'll tell you that.
There was one comment.
Oh, great. Read the comment.
What's with that Steve guy? That's from one of our anonymous commenters. What's with it?
So what's? I think you read it without his emphasis
Oh,
or their
Steve,
emphasis.
man.
He said like, "What's with the Steve guy? This guy's awesome."
That's what I'll be.
My deal is I am, I'm around.
Yeah.
Appreciate your comments. Keep them coming. Comment us, email us at unsoughtopinions@gmail.com.
Wait, are you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok.
Then why do you know about this? This is a TikTok thing.
Oh, I do. I've slipped into the realm of Facebook Reels, and I think that there's a lot of crossover there.
Yeah, that's all cross-pollinated.
Yeah.
Speaking of cross-pollination, I have honeybees all over my yard, which is really annoying
So
because last year I
lucky.
tried to catch them in a
Yeah.
swarm trap,
Okay.
and
You actually did use the
Yeah.
storm trap and everything. Okay.
and I got nothing.
Oh, because your brother's a big bee guy.
Big bee guy.
My dad's gotten into bees. He just got his 3 hives. So I think within the year I'm going to have a hive.
My brother might be the guy in the area who people would refer to as the bee man.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
He's like way into it.
yeah.
Would he sell me a hive?
No,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
not that into it. No, he's it's just a hobby for him. There
Yeah.
are guys who are really serious about it.
Cool.
You can get a hive easy though. There's a guy.
I know, but I can get a hive free from him when his hive splits.
Nice.
It was just
Oh, he might give you a split. You could talk to him.
we can talk offline.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting into bees. I'm getting into more chickens, probably some meat chickens. I might get into sheep. Dude, it's gonna be a veritable Farmer Steven
Dude, we need land.
within the next couple months. Dude, so that's the thing. You go over that mountain, they're giving land away. It's so stinking cheap.
So awesome.
Yeah. And living in the valley over there, almost doxed us.
I think they know because of our former sheriff just got pardoned by. If they want to know, they know.
They know. It's like one of the most beautiful places in the world.
So you would move?
I don't know. My kids are in school here, so it'll be tough. But ideally, I get land or form a co-op with friends and get land and then throw like tiny home on there and Airbnb it for a while and let it pay for itself. So then when I'm ready to be done with the kids' school, I can just go over there and do my farming and just retire.
Disappear into the mountains.
Disappear into the mountains. It's good to have a place to go.
Yeah. I was out on my buddy's property in West Virginia. He said it's between 500 and 600 acres up there. And there's like a mountain. I was looking at like across the road up this mountain, and that was all his. And then I turned around down in the valley, was all his. And then there's another mountain range off in the distance, and that's all his. And he owns down the other side of that mountain. I was like, dude, this is so stinking sick.
It's so cool. But it's literally like the utility of it is very minimal. Unless you're using like 4-wheelers and stuff. You know what I mean?
He has, yeah.
Like it would be awesome to say I own a mountain, but I'm not hiking a mountain all the time.
Right.
Like I'm sure there are many, many parts of that land that he's never seen
Yeah. Well, maybe.
or been to. Right? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for the guy.
It's been in his family since like the 70s. So like they know it pretty well. It's been timbered a few times too.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty sick. They're actually timbering it now. It's awesome.
Oh, dude, let me tell you this. I love history. You're not going to think it's interesting, but I'm going to think it's really interesting. So the reason that when the colonists came over here the first time and there's all these massive trees is because like Native American lifestyle, they had no use for a big tree. Like they don't they don't have sawmills, they don't
Right.
have anything like that.
Makes sense.
So what they're going through, what their value is in these like small trees or maybe a tree 2 feet around that they could make a canoe out of or something. But they're not interested in the giant sycamores or things like that. And that's why these trees grew up so massive and they created, like they made the whole ecosystem and everything thrive so well is because for thousands of years, these Native Americans have honed this ecosystem perfectly to be how they want it, where they're clearing out the brush and allowing the animals to come in and find shade and trees and stuff and all these like sparse jungles and everything. And now, like, they didn't have the thick woods that we have today, where it's like all like thorns and thistles and stuff everywhere. At least not to the extent that we have it now, because colonists came in, chopped everything down, and what is left to grow is just the garbage and the trash of the underbrush and everything. Whereas
Interesting.
prior to the colonists, you had all these Native Americans that were keeping it like perfectly manicured and stuff. I just thought that was fascinating. I never even thought about that.
Super fascinating. You remember, I think it was a couple weeks ago, we may have talked about it on the pod, how I was like getting fascinated by like pictographs and hieroglyphs or whatever.
Okay.
And trying to find some here on the East Coast so we could go.
Oh,
look
yeah.
at. Remember that? Well, I found arrowheads and stuff on my dad's property.
Right.
And there's a rock bluff on his property really close to where most of the arrowheads have been found. So today I was over there.
Don't tell me.
No, no, I didn't find anything. But I was definitely like, I like walked all around that rock. I was like studying it, looking for anything that could have been manipulated at one point in time. And there were a few pockmarks that resemble the like grinding things that they have out west, like where like it's clear that somebody like was grinding wheat up or something in there. But I don't think, I think it's just natural.
Oh, okay.
But it's cool.
It could have been, and then just weathered over time, because shale. Yeah. Is it shale?
I honestly don't know enough about geology or whatever to tell you what it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like a rock, a big giant rock.
You know what's crazy is, so my dad's pretty into gold panning and gold mining and stuff, and this area, like, our state's gold is the purest gold in the nation.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's even like you have out west and stuff that the gold rush and everything, like their
Do we
gold.
have any gold veins around here?
Was what?
Do we have any gold veins around here?
There's some. Anyway, so because of that, he's trained me that like if you're in the woods and you just see this big mound, like that's not natural. Like that's going to probably be a tailings pile, especially if you're near a creek or something, which is where like all the junk that you get from like you go to the creek and you dig out all this rock and everything, dirt and everything, and you're sifting it, and you have to get rid of the junk and
spoils.
Yeah, and so a sign of that is like a lot of quartz, because gold travels along quartz veins a lot of times. And so I'm out in my backwoods here. I just have like a line of woods between me and the farm field behind us, but there's like a little creek that goes back there and everything. So I was out there just kind of exploring, and I actually had kind of a weird, I was mowing, and then I felt a little bit like I was being watched kind of thing. I don't know what it was. I'm probably just in my own head because I was like listening to podcasts. But so I stopped and got off my mower and actually like went back into the woods and stuff, because it was just, I've had a weird feeling. And then I found like this.
So wait, can we back up to that?
Okay.
I mean, I really want to hear the rest of that story.
Yeah.
But you felt like you were being watched, like that creepy feeling over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you got off the mower instead of just acting like you don't feel that feeling.
Right.
You got off the mower and walked into the woods.
Yeah, it was the afternoon. Like it wasn't.
Bro, you looking to find the thing that's looking at you?
That was the thing. That was the thing. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I can't explain it. I'm typically not the person that goes towards danger. And I don't know that, like, I'm sure that I was just in my own head because I was listening to, like, these weird podcasts. But I was like, I don't know. I want to go. This is my land kind of thing. I don't know.
Wait, that was here?
Yeah.
How much woods do you have here?
It might be. It's probably 100 yards between here and the farm field of woods. That's not all my land,
but it's woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyway, so I go back into the woods a little bit, and it's like all super overgrown because it's spring now. In the winter, you can go back and it's just you're walking on the ground, but now it's like everything's knee high and stuff. And I'm sure I'm about to get hit by a copperhead or something. Anyway, I found a tailing pile, and there's like big quartz boulders and stuff back there that I'm like going to get I told my dad I need to get his gold probe and go back and see if there's anything in it, but it was like just a giant mound out of
what is
nowhere.
A gold probe?
It's kind of like a metal detector, but it's super honed. It's
So for non-ferrous metals specifically?
I guess so. I don't know what a ferrous metal is, but
Okay.
precious metals.
Non-ferrous would be like a precious metal.
I know that he says that word a lot. And he's gotten me a gold detector or a metal detector and stuff like that. He really wants me to dig into it, but I have to this point not really had interest in his interests, and I'm finding myself as I'm getting older and getting more exhausted with children, gaining a lot of his interests more and more. Like I never was into hunting growing up, and now I'm like way into hunting.
Yeah.
I'm now like all about getting a farm or getting bees, or my wife is like, you are just turning into your dad. And so I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll go mine some gold, dude. I don't care. What?
We did that at my dad's place in the creek.
Yeah.
Find a whole bunch of false gold stuff.
Yeah.
Super fun.
You know what's cool? My dad found at his creek enough gold to remake my mom's wedding ring, and then sold extra to a jeweler who was like all about it. Like they paid him top dollar for it.
That is so stinking sick. You should tell him if he wants to come pan at the creek at my dad's. He's more than welcome. There's 3 creeks there.
Would you really allow it?
More than welcome.
Okay.
I'm sure of that. I mean, nobody else is doing it.
Cool. I'm sure that he would be into it.
I'd want him to teach me how to do it too. I'd want to like do it with him.
Yeah. Where he's at, there are gold mines near him.
Yeah,
I don't know about this area.
He's in a really good spot.
He's in a good spot. Like houses around him, like you have to get into mineral rights stuff when you're selling your properties and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
And there's no reason for him to come all the way out to my dad's place.
I mean, I'm sure he'd be into like checking it out.
If he's got a probe, dude.
Yeah. He friends of my kids live right near him, and the dude just bought like 100 acres back there, right near that hunting refuge, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And he said he was like wandering his land and he found this gold mine that was like abandoned gold mine on his property. I'm like, guy,
How deep was it still passable?
I don't think you could go
They
into
probably
it.
collapsed
Yeah,
it or whatever.
yeah. But he was saying like that he had to go through all this like stuff when he was buying the land and stuff.
That's very interesting.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah.
Man,
cool.
that old, like, it's not even ancient history, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
Within
Couple
the
hundred
last
years. or whatever.
250 years? Easily?
Something, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
Virginia has a long history of gold mining. Oh, shoot. I just read our state.
Yeah, okay.
In the gold pyrite belt, a roughly 140-mile long northeast trending belt that exists from those counties. The belt is characterized by volcanic and plutonic rocks. We got Pluto rocks?
What is that from? Pluto rock.
I think it's just a rock that once, like,
So
it's
it's
not
a
looking for a
volcanic?
romantic relationship.
Is that a volcanic rock?
Yeah.
So that there's a mountain over in Viewtown that is like covered with that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Battle Mountain, I think. And it's an old volcano that I think like the top of it's like covered it, and it's the only one in our state that's that way.
That's crazy. So for it to be on the Appalachian Mountains, like,
It's the only
I mean, I
extinct
think that
volcano
you
they know of on the
think that
mountains.
it's old, but I think that it's way older.
Yeah, they think it's like 700 and something million years old since the last time it erupted.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's insane to me.
That's a long time.
Do you buy into the fact that the middle states were an ocean at one point?
I think so. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, at one point, I think maybe the whole Earth might have been an ocean.
Yeah. But like do you think Pangea was a thing? And continental drift and all that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I 100% think there was Pangea or Pangaea. I don't know what they call it, what the real
Maybe.
thing is. But like
You could almost tie that into like the Tower of Babel.
yeah, dude, there's so many things that you could tie it into, like both old and new Earth creations. You know, we're moving towards Russia at 1 foot a year right now.
Really?
Yeah. So if it was like something crazy with like the Noah
Dude, is
flood,
that why the houses on the North Carolina coast keep falling in the ocean?
no, no,
Because isn't the coastline receding towards Russia?
no, we are moving towards Russia as a whole, not the coastline. Like our your house is a foot closer to Russia every year.
Oh, interesting.
Because the entire thing of the Earth is like big puzzle pieces, and so like
See, I was looking at it like a sandbar, like eroding on one side and building up on the other side, like moving.
So like there's fault lines, which are the cracks in the puzzle pieces, and as the fault, like we're getting farther away from Europe, and lava comes up from the mantle and
Is that
creates
heating up the
more
ocean?
ground. Unfortunately, not enough.
We should look into that.
We should look into it. And so it like continues to go, and we're moving and stuff. I don't know, but
That's interesting.
so yeah, you can look at what Weston's showing you on the thing. All the continents like fit perfectly together.
I have seen that they do fit together. It's very interesting.
and
They
so
also use like fossils that they'll find. So like certain countries that were like what are now separate continents, they'll find similar
right, like
fossils
Brazil
where they met
and
together.
I want to find the one that was on. Like one was on like the North Carolina coast, and then also like on this coast.
So we
There's,
have
like,
that from
trying
like
to find a
half
map
and
of
half.
it.
Nigeria and Brazil have like the same.
They found
fossil
the
stuff.
one that pieces together. Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that one that like the missing locket on the key like, on your chain. Like, wait, we're twins. Long.
No, but
lost.
if you think about like the global flood and everything, it would make sense. And I'm doing a young Earth creationist thing right now, but like how everything was together and then something hit and it all fractured apart. And then went its separate ways the way that it is right now. But that could cause like a global flood for sure. But anyway,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I said it wrong. In the middle of the States, it wasn't the ocean. It was a inland sea, but it was just massive. And we have like crustacean fossils and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
All throughout the Midwest.
I have a buddy who might be a new listener. If he's listening, he knows that I'm talking about him right now. But he has a theory about dinosaurs that might pique your interest.
I'm so in.
He would come up from Georgia to do the pod if we wanted him to.
He would drive all the way up here?
Take a train. We just had to pick him up at the train station. I said, I'm pretty sure we want you. Yeah.
If he wants to do that, dude.
He's very interesting. He's also like, he thinks a lot like we do, where like we don't think anything's trustworthy or real.
Right.
And he's deep into it, man. He'd be a very interesting person to talk to.
Let's get him on the show, dude.
It might have to be like a mega episode. So that's a little teaser for future eps.
We could do a two-parter.
We could do a two-parter. That's all I'm saying.
So,
But I'll reach out to him again.
new fan, we're ready for it.
He's like, I've known him my entire life.
Do I know this person? Okay.
Not that I'm aware. You might have met him, and just in passing or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the man. He's cool. You'd like him.
That's cool.
He'd be a cool hang.
That's cool. I like her thing of just getting like
Just
a
random.
rotating revolving door of guests. It's
dude.
fun.
This could be fun. Could be
I would like to expand that a little bit more. So maybe we can get some people in and kind of ask them about their lives and stories and stuff. Because I love people's stories. You know. Have you seen a miracle? I've never interviewed you on the pod. Have you ever seen a miracle?
Like it's a movie.
No.
Or like what?
Have you ever witnessed a miracle?
like it's a movie.
I thought you was asking me if it was like a
That's
title
such
of a
good-
movie.
It is a great movie,
Okay.
but that's not what I'm talking about.
I mean, depending on how you define it, yes.
Okay, so you haven't. You've
Well-
seen cool things happen, but you haven't seen something that is unexplainable except for God.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of debatable, but
Okay.
I would say no. Probably. to
I'm
your
just going to tell you,
standards.
I think I might be in the same boat as you. Like, I might not have
Are you
seen-
talking about something you physically see, or can it also be like a emotional or like spiritual miracle?
I think like healings and stuff are definitely miracles that kind of get overwritten and stuff. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if it's not like a physical, like something you could actually see happen, then I would say yes,
Like someone's
but-
snapped leg just got healed up or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen something like that.
Yeah. Okay. What's the most amazing thing you've ever seen?
Seen?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know that.
It can be a sight that you've seen. It can be something that happened that you saw happen. It can be anything. Like, what have you witnessed that was the most mind-blowing to you? For me, it's a Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that, but I don't know. I feel like I'd have to think about that more. I don't know.
Okay.
What was yours, Steve?
I think the southern mountains of Costa Rica, like the Baruca Indian area, or the highlands of Scotland, are incredible.
Well, okay, if we're sticking on like the nature,
But that was
thing,
that we definitely hit nature.
for me it was probably when I was in Mexico and we found this like bioluminescent krill, and so we're like
No
out on
way.
these
That's
kayaks
cool.
at like 2:00 in the morning,
It's very cool.
and yeah, so like waves would come and like crash in the sandbar, and then you see like the blue light up of all the krill,
Dude, that's like
underneath the water.
It reminds me of
That
Life
was
of
pretty
Pi,
cool.
like that.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you seen that movie?
yeah, I have. That was pretty sweet.
That's incredible.
You could also like pick it up in your hand, and like your whole hand would turn like blue and stuff. And like, yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Dude, that's so cool.
Man, that's
cool.
cooler than my thing.
The stuff we have around here is green. Although it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for you guys. We'll try and be less visually augmented until we can get some actual cameras in here. So the way to get us to have cameras is to like, subscribe, share and join the Patreon, or just cash us or send us a check.
Also-
If you're listening, you know where we're at.
If you're a member of the Patreon, you will get gifts and stuff sent to you periodically just for being a supporter at any level. So thank you guys.
Maybe some merch.
Merch. We'll merch up,
Yeah.
merch out. Just be gracious to us. Give us some time to get it in the mail.
Yeah. Weston, we need some encouraging thought, or leave us on a good note.
Yeah. What was in the news today? What was positive in the news?
You think I watched the news?